Do you know the reason why many Africans living in deep forests are not prone to malaria? It is due to the presence of abnormal hemoglobin in the red blood cells that is caused by mutations. The RBCs with abnormal hemoglobin attain a sickle-shaped, which cannot inhabit malaria-causing pathogens, and hence, provide resistance against malarial infection. The condition of possessing abnormal hemoglobin, which cannot carry oxygen from the lungs, is called sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is caused as the result of a mutation in the gene coding for hemoglobin synthesis, which we will further study in detail. Now, let us have a glance at mutations and types of mutations. By the way, what is mutation? A mutation is a sudden change in the DNA that results from the alteration of the gene. Talking about the causes of mutations, they include errors during replication, genetic recombination during meiosis, and also mainly environmental factors. Did you ever come across different types of mutations? Based on location, mutations are of two types: somatic mutations and germline mutations. Somatic mutations occurring in somatic cells, such as in neuron, epithelial cells, red blood cells, muscle cells, etc., alter the DNA. Somatic mutations cannot be inherited by the next generation. Why? Since somatic cells are vegetative, changes due to mutations are restricted to that particular individual and cannot be inherited. On the other hand, germline mutations occurring in germ cells have a constitutional change and are inherited by the offspring. Mutations can be categorized based on the level at which they occur. Mutations that occur at the gene level are termed genetic mutations, while that occur at chromosome level are chromosomal mutations. Furthermore, genetic mutations can be point mutations and frameshift mutations. From the name, can you guess exactly where these point mutations occur? To have a look at each one of them. Point mutation occurs when there is a change in a single nucleotide in DNA. For instance, we can observe that among these two sentences, when T is replaced by R, there is a complete change in the meaning of the sentence from "the dog bit the cat" to "the dog bit the car." Hence, point mutation is similar to a letter change in a complete sentence. An example of point mutation is sickle cell anemia, where a change in one nucleotide results in the formation of abnormal hemoglobin and distortion of red blood cells. Frameshift mutation occurs when one or more nitrogenous bases are deleted or added. For instance, observe the given sentence and how the reading frame shifts when one base is deleted or added. To explain a frameshift mutation, let us consider an example where there is a complete change in all the amino acids in a polypeptide chain. Normal DNA sequence included the coding for peptide chain with amino acids, glutamine, proline, and threonine. A frameshift mutation in this DNA sequence changed the amino acids into glutamine, serine, and histamine. Next, the chromosomal mutations can be insertion, deletion, duplication, translocation, and inversion. Insertion involves the addition of a small or a single extra DNA base pair. Deletion involves the loss of a piece of chromosome due to breakage. Duplication involves the addition of a part of a chromosome that is present in excess than normal. Translocation involves the rearrangement of a chromosome with no loss or gain. Inversion involves rotation, or flip over of a chromosome with no loss or gain. Besides, chromosomal mutations are also caused by changes in the number of chromosomes, and the condition is called heteroploidy. Heteroploidy can be aneuploidy and polyploidy. Talking about the significance of mutations, they can have a positive effect. Equally, mutations have a negative effect on living beings. To cite an example is sickle cell anemia, one such mutation that has negative as well as positive effects. A negative effect of this mutation is that sickle-celled RBCs cannot carry oxygen from the lungs. On the other hand, a positive effect is that they provide resistance to malaria in people who possess the abnormality. Thus, we have an insight into mutations and types of mutations.